Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. Bigger, badder, better than ever. The Chad Prather Show, Studio 22, right here in studio. This is a major deal for us because you've been listening to me, but I'm far prettier. So now you can see me. Sean, why did you had to show up today in blackface? That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. You look like a mixture between someone in the Bin Laden family and Sideshow Bob. Isn't that his name? Krusty the Clown's sidekick?
Yeah, it was Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, it definitely was. And Jason definitely had to take that picture to remind me that my hair is kind of wild.
It's kind of wild. So I saw a picture of you the other day.
Uh-oh.
It was you and your wife. It was back when you guys, I don't know if you were married yet, but you had the fade on the side like you were looking tight, bro.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thanks.
I mean, you don't look bad now. You're a pretty human being.
Appreciate it.
But it was funny because you had the tight fade and had the little hair on top and stuff like that. It's a good look.
Thanks. Yeah, I go through phases where it's like, what do I want to do? Do I want to scare people or do I want to look clean? I'd rather scare people.
Yeah. You're not
better.
scary. When we took that first bus trip, and we were going, where'd we go? We went to Shreveport, Beaumont, and all around. And we met up with my wife and my mother-in-law down in Beaumont.
Yeah.
It's not like they live down there. They came down and met us for the show. My mother-in-law met you, and she's like, I just love Sean. He is so cute.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that woman, she's crazy.
It's okay. I love
nuts.
her too.
Yeah.
I can't love on her, but I love her.
Yeah, well, she's a single lady.
I'm a married man.
You're a married man, but whatever. Hey, as long as we're violating the rules. So, for those of you listening, Sean Foster is who's sitting in studio with me today. Sean is what is your official title? You're the producer, you're the director of photography. You do it all for the Humor Me show that we do for Blaze TV.
Yeah.
And you're just an all-around cool cat.
I'm a predator is what they call it.
A what?
Guess. A predator.
Speaking of the Predators, we were in Nashville this last week, and we went to the hockey game. That was kind of cool. I thought I was doing us a good thing by getting us like really good seats.
It was great
I didn't
seats.
realize they were going to be on the bench with the team.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great spot. I mean, there was only one other black guy on the team, so it was kind of cool that I was sitting right behind him.
There was only one black guy in the league.
No, there's a couple. There's a couple in the league.
Are there?
But yeah, there's a couple. There's a few.
My buddy Spencer James has a great joke. He's a comedian, so he's got a lot of jokes, but he says when he's working on the cruise ships, he has all those Europeans that come up to him, and they're like, America, you suck at soccer. You suck at soccer. You're horrible at soccer. And he goes, we don't suck at soccer. Our black people just haven't decided to play it yet. So that's the same deal like with hockey, man. I mean, because he's the highest
paid player on the team. Yeah.
Subban, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Subban.
Subban.
Yeah.
Oh, they had to church it up a little. Well, he's Canadian.
I guess.
Yeah, he is. He's Canadian. Yeah. So, but he's the highest paid team member on the Predators.
I mean,
like
he's
$8-9 million a year.
It's pretty good. He's like the best. He's considered one of the best defensive players in the league.
But he's a defenseman, right?
Yeah.
How does that work in hockey? Like, how do you know if you're? I mean, because they're all playing defense and offense. Is it just? Do they have like certain areas of the ice that they're supposed to be on?
Yeah, he's always at the bottom of the ice on defense when he's protecting, and then he's always at the top of the line when they cross the blue line.
So once they come across the blue line and they're on offense, he's more like kind of the point guard.
Yeah, he's at the point guard position in a sense. Yeah. That's
because I was learning the other night.
Okay,
I'm not a huge hockey guy.
It's fun live. It's one of those sports where when you're there in the moment, it's so quick.
I never saw the puck. Like the whole time. First of all, we were sitting right behind the bench, so it was right behind the thing there. And so I never saw the puck.
Yeah.
Like it was never there.
Hockey's one of those sports where you have to, if you watch it from above, it's a better view because you get to see the whole ice.
Yeah.
When you're down that low, you realize how fast they're moving. But when you're up a little bit higher, you can see the whole thing. You can see where the puck is playing. You see where everything's moving. But when you're down low, it's just you realize that these guys, they're flying on the ice. I mean,
they're smooth. I was impressed with the referees.
Yeah, there's a little.
You got to be able to skate.
Yeah,
I can't skate. I can roller skate.
I'm black.
Look at you.
I'm black from Brooklyn. I'm definitely not skating. I'm definitely not skated.
I figured, man, but you could have gone to like whatever, Times Square and
yeah, that was expensive.
Rockefeller.
That was expensive.
Yeah.
They had a roller skating rink in my neighborhood growing up, but I was scared to go there because there was a lot of shootouts. So didn't really want to roller skate either. So I didn't really get down that world of rollerblading, roller skating. Just didn't happen.
Well, I used to go to the roller skating rink, but that was only to make out with the girls in the dark corners. That's you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hashtag me too.
I don't know I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you don't. Let's talk about shaving your head. For those of you who are listening, you have to understand that Sean's got a lot of hair.
This is a lot.
It's a lot of hair.
And
you're oh, look at that. It's smooth too.
It's flowy.
It is. You got a lot going on. Like you just get up in the morning and it's done.
Pretty much. I have to like kind of puff it out a little bit.
You can't run a comb through it.
No, that's a process. I do it every 3 weeks. My wife does it for me every 3 weeks. It's not a pretty sight, but it has to be done once in a while.
How funny, dude! I mean, do you get up and it's just like flat on one side from where you've been sleeping?
The beard is all flat, so the beard looks a little groomed.
And I was watching your Instagram the other day where your wife was smelling your beard, and I almost threw up.
Well, you know what? We went to Dallas Farmers Market, and there was a lady in a little tent, and Jason, which is the other guy on our team, he said you gotta try out this thing called Texas Cowboy Butter.
What?
And I was like, what are you talking about? He just kept talking about it smells so great. It smells so great. Like I get up in the morning, I rub it all over my body. It's so good. I'm like, dude.
Jason said this?
Jason said this, and he's hitting on me in front of my wife. And I was like, dude, I get the Texas Cowboy Butter, but what are you talking about? So I finally tried it, and they had a beard oil, and I put it on, and it is seriously the best smelling beard oil that I've ever smelled in my life.
Makes me want to grow a beard.
You should. I mean, my wife loved it. That's why I did it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because she loved the beard oil.
She was sniffing your face.
I respect that.
I mean, that's my brain started going, where else is he putting this oil? I want to know where else is Shawnee putting that oil.
Well,
you're disgusting.
We have a baby.
Yeah.
She's 2.5.
Yeah.
So
well, what'd you do to get that? I know what y'all been doing. We got to get a microphone on Mark over here. We got to.
I don't know why he's laughing. It's serious.
We got to.
He was there for the beard oil experience. He smelled it.
You were there.
He smelled it.
We're talking off camera here to Mark, our director, and we're gonna have to get a camera on him. We're gonna also get Herbert, the deer back here, he has a microphone.
He's not saying much.
And Mark doesn't have a microphone. Party Foul Steve sitting over there. Steve, you can come over here and say hello if you'd like to say hello. I know you like being, the center of attention too.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Do we even know what camera you're looking at? Is there any?
Just look at that one. Oh, that one there.
Smell his beard.
I'm not smelling.
Smell his beard.
So to top it off, though, when I got home, I thought I picked up the Texas Cowboy beard oil, but now I picked up the Texas Bourbon beard oil. So this is a little different.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's bourbon beard oil?
Smell it. Somebody come smell it.
Come smell his face, Steve. Smell his face.
It smells really good.
Does it smell like whiskey?
How do you do it? Do you hold it like this and go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. That looked like 80s porn.
He liked it.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
We almost kissed right there, guys.
I just threw up in my mouth.
It's love here.
We're not taking the bus this week, by the way. Do you know that? I told you that.
I heard.
We're taking a van. So we got shows San Angelo, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, and Salina, Kansas. We're going to have fun. Road tripping. Party Foul Steve's going to do the driving.
That's a little interesting.
It's scary.
That's what I've heard.
He's a trooper, but he's scary. I mean, he's a grunt, man. He'll get after it. What do you think about this whole I want to talk about the show here in a minute. We'll get into that. But I want to know, what do you think? I want to ask you a couple of questions, Sean, because I love you, and I love your honesty. You've never lied to me that I know of.
No.
And you're just a good dude. What do you think about this whole blackface controversy? Like, at what point in time do people just decide to get outraged about everything and say, okay, we're on to the next thing now?
Yeah.
Because now you're digging up all these old, because let's face it, blackface used to be a thing. I mean, people would do it either as a costume or a joke or whatever, going all the way back to Al Jolson, who was paying homage and in many ways a tribute, but also in some ways it was a humor attempt at a culture. But when he would go blackface and kind of pay homage to the black minstrels, That was what was going on. And so it was a thing. People did it jokingly, mockingly. Is it disrespect? Is it? Give me your honest opinion on that deal.
When I saw the Gucci sweater with the the little mask that goes over and like the
that
red,
made no sense to me. Yeah,
I think like at a certain point to me, it's like, when are we going to stop trying to stretch everything out to be racism or be offended? I didn't think right away when I saw it, oh my God, blackface. I just thought it was an ugly sweater. Like, I'm not going to buy a sweater.
It's ugly, yeah.
That goes over my mouth. Like, that's just weird in general.
With big red lips.
Yeah, it's not the first, but I didn't think big red lips and, a white girl.
I was offended because it was a $900 sweater.
It's Gucci. And the colors, and the Gucci colors are black and red, and they have green in it. So it's at a certain point, it's like, are you going to get offended, or do you want to be offended, or do you want to not? Do you care?
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it was just pointless, and I think we're paying too much attention to that. Just like when Jimmy Fallon did the same thing when he does humor.
Sure.
So when is it okay for somebody to do it, and when is it okay for somebody not to do it?
Yeah.
Is it okay because Jimmy Fallon, in a sense, has liberal views? So he's only doing it because he's a comedian. But if you were to do blackface, and I was thinking about it, like if you did blackface, we'd probably lose all our subscribers, or we'd get attacked by everybody. And so at certain points, like, why can Jimmy Fallon get away with it, but you can't?
Yeah.
It's because you're conservative and he's liberal. It's just one of those things where where's towing the line? I mean, Childish Gambino did it on his show on Atlanta. But he's black, but he went into a whiteface.
He did whiteface?
He did whiteface.
I didn't know whiteface was a thing.
It was a whiteface, blackface. It was kind of like a Michael Jackson cross. And, when the episode first came out.
You were not alone.
Oh, you got to check it out. Because a lot of people, when he first did it, people didn't realize who it was. People didn't realize that was Donald Glover in the character. And then when people started catching on, like, wait, should we be offended? Is this offensive? Wait, I don't know, but this is great. This is intelligent. It's not intelligent. Wait. And it's just like people are trying to nitpick on when they want to be offended or when they don't want to be offended.
Right.
So to me, it's just...
Well, I call it recreational outrage.
Yeah.
And that's what it is people, they get off on it. And we just did a recent episode on Humor Me about getting offended. And it was an offensive episode. We had our friend Caroline Picard, who's a comedian, on there. She dropped no less than 8 or 9 F-bombs on there, which you deleted. I mean, you bleeped them out.
A lot more than that in that episode. It was hard towing
It's
the
your
line.
favorite word. Well, she said that what was it? She said that that people they'd relax more. They'd get over themselves if they just
said the F word more.
If they said the F word more.
I didn't take offense to the episode at all. I loved it. I
thought it was great.
I thought it was great, and I think
it was real.
And I think that's what I think people need to relax. I think we're getting to the point where people aren't relaxed anymore. People aren't enjoying life anymore. It's just I watched the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood documentary yesterday, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And it's got to a point where it's like, let's just be happy, enjoy. Like, stop trying to attack everything. Yeah, his documentary was, based on the media attention and went on a different path, but to me, it's still, the whole embodiment of it is, let's just be happy with life. Like, let's enjoy life. And we're not enjoying life when we're nitpicking on every little thing and getting offended by everything.
Everybody needs to rub a little bourbon beard oil all over their bodies. Jason's a metrosexual. He's a metrosexual.
I mean,
he really is.
He loved his body. If you were there, if you told you about the body butter.
Here's a thing that I love about our team is we're all so vain. You're not so
I'm a little
much.
Vain.
You're a little vain.
You don't know me yet that well. I'm vain.
You're not. You play it off pretty well. Steve Powell, Party Foul Steve he's a true narcissist. He loves himself. You do, don't you? You do, yeah. You have to. He said you have to love yourself before you can love others. That's a Steve philosophy. You should write a book, Party Foul. You should party.
I'm on chapter 9 now.
Yeah, chapter 9. Party Foul rules.
What did SNL? Didn't SNL do that skit back in the 80s and 90s when they had like the moment where they had like a little poem? What was this segment called again?
Jack Handy.
Yeah, and
Jack Handy with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it was just we should do
Deep
that
thoughts.
with Steve. Yeah, deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
We should do something with Party Foul. Thoughts.
We should do that. That'd be a good segment. We're gonna start introducing. We're gonna film some this week while we're on the road. Party Foul on the Prowl is gonna be part of Humor Me. That's gonna be a great segment.
Yeah.
We've not picking up chicks. No. we won't ever let that evidence get out, Stephen.
Wow.
Never ever.
Why do you think prowling picking up women?
Prowling.
If you're prowling
back
for dudes.
to Sean calling himself a predator. Yeah. You guys are being educated today if you're listening in. But look at so Jason Hernandez, He's Irish. He's Jason Hernandez is Sean's co-producer, so I guess I'm gonna have to have him on the show too, because he'd be jealous if he knew that we were just sitting here.
We should talk about him more. I like it.
I like Jason. Jason's my man. Here's what I love about Jason. So Jason is perpetually single. He is a bachelor. He wants to be a bachelor. He doesn't want to have children. He has no children. He's already thinking about having a vasectomy.
That's insane.
And he actually sought my counsel on getting a vasectomy, and I was like, "Have at it, dude. You can put this stuff anywhere." And it's a fantastic freedom. But no, you no, I said, but Jason's beautiful because he's a good-looking dude, and because we don't travel with slouches. He's a good-looking dude. Women love him, and he'll talk to anyone.
Man, I told that to my wife the other day. I said he's the opposite of me, because I'm from New York. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm not friendly at all. I just have this little edge on me.
You're
but
friendly.
Jason literally, yeah, to some extent, but Jason will strike a conversation with anybody.
Anyone.
And
it's not threatening.
No, it's not. It's when we go to hockey games, he knows that he can go to the old black lady and smooth talk her to get her into to get us better seats. And it's just like, how do you do that? Like, I just look intimidating because of my beard and my floppy locks. But
then you look like a terrorist. But what ifs?
But Jason, he just does it. He just knows how to go to people and women and just start a conversation.
It's amazing. I was watching him work the other night in Nashville. We were all we went to that. What was the name of that bar we were at? The Tin Roof?
The Tin Roof, yeah.
Tin Roof?
And there was an event called the Bus Call.
The Bus Call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like their annual thing where they have all the bands come up. They play 3 songs apiece. And there was a group of, girls travel in packs.
Yeah.
They're never alone. They always have they're protecting each other.
Me
They're
too.
in the herd.
Me too.
And so anyway, there were a group of particularly pretty girls. I mean, they were very attractive ladies. One was specifically attractive, and I saw Jason's eyes light up when she came in. But he made a beeline right over there.
Oh, he had to fight through. I mean, because one of them was a little bit older.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say
he had to get through he had to, as a Mexican, he had to climb the wall.
Yeah,
he had to get over the wall of estrogen that was protecting the pretty one.
Yeah, I think about it. It was a wall. Yeah, it was a wall.
There was a wall. It was an estrogen wall. But Jason, being the good Mexican that he is, he climbed right over it.
He climbed over it. He got in.
Yeah. I don't even think of. I don't know where he hails from, like where his family came from.
Texas.
We joke about Mexican, but he's almost got one of those Rico Suave cool looks to him. Like he's not Aztec.
No, he's not Aztec. He's not from Puebla. I don't think he's from Puebla. I don't think
he's never lived in a clay house.
No, I don't think so. I think
he's straight Dallas, dude.
He's straight American. I think he's more American than Mexican.
It was funny when we did the video a couple of weeks ago when we did Jim Acosta at the wall, and we were coming up with these ideas where I was Jim Acosta and I was walking alongside the barn door and people were coming out behind us and y'all threw the piñata at me and all that. And it sounded so much worse when we were describing what we were going to do than the way the video actually turned out.
Yeah.
It was actually a clean shot. I mean, it was good. But Jason, we were like, we need sombreros, we need piñatas, because we're doing a group text message. And finally Jason goes, and no, before anyone asks, I do not have these items laying around my house. I mean, we were like, bullshit. You do too.
You do.
You do.
There's a sombrero somewhere, man. You have to. You tell me you didn't ever once play a Mexican for Halloween.
Yeah, and you don't have Corona in the refrigerator. Sure, buddy. Sure.
He looks like he's a Stella guy.
He was slicing limes as he was texting. Trust me. Party foul, Steve. Are you still sick? You're still sick. Steve refuses to admit when he's sick. But what happened in Nashville?
Oh, he was sick.
He stayed in bed the whole time. I flew him to Nashville so he could. I got back and I was complaining about Steve, and my wife goes, "He went to Nashville?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I didn't think he was going." And I said, "No, I flew him over there so he could recuperate from the flu." He stayed in bed for 2 days. Funny.
Yeah, we ate a lot of hot fried chicken that trip. Boy.
Yes, we did. We went to Party Fowl, not Steve's place.
Yeah, we didn't go to Party Fowl. We didn't go to that Party Fowl.
Party Fowl, FOWL, is I don't know. Hattie B's. Which do you like better?
I liked Hattie B's. Hattie B's, I don't know if it tasted.
Hattie
fresher.
B's, I think their chicken, and people hate this word, it's more moist.
I like the word moist.
It's moist.
It's moist.
It's juicy.
Juicy.
Hattie B's, like, so if you're doing chicken, I can't believe I'm talking about fried chicken with a black man.
I mean, it had to go down that route, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like grape soda, though, so don't take that one. I mean,
look, dude, you ain't got to lie to kick it.
I don't like grape soda.
I drank the hell out of some Kool-Aid, though.
I like some Kool-Aid.
Now, I think I like Hattie B's. If you're frying chicken, the problem is breasts dry out too much. That's a phrase no one has ever said. Your breasts are too dry. But that's because the dark meat. I'm a chicken wing fanatic. You know this about me.
We love wings.
I could eat chicken wings every day of my life, and I try to do my best.
I want wings right now, as a matter of fact.
We'll eat wings for lunch today.
All right, let's
go. Yeah, somewhere, someplace. There's wings waiting on us. I got to get back on keto.
Yeah, as we talk about wings.
Yeah, I gained 3 pounds.
I'm
such a woman, Mark. I'm such a woman.
The smoked wings that we had at the diner spot was really good.
Where?
The Merchant. Was it the Merchant?
Oh,
diner?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had some great smoked wings. After
I forgot about that.
I didn't forget.
I shouldn't drink so much whiskey. I'd remember a lot more about life.
I have it all documented. It's going to be in the episode. I think people realize that this show, Humor Means, is going to go right into a deep world of Chad's drinking.
I drink a lot of whiskey. I mean, there's no question about it. My mother's ashamed. My mother's ashamed. But
I love
it. You've seen me do it. I like whiskey. I don't, I drink, I call it my apple juice, when I'm on stage or whatever. And I know, I don't care for beer. I had 2 beers yesterday at the bull ride, and I had 2 beers, but that was all that was in my suite.
You have to.
I was in a suite.
Oh,
Shawnee.
I'm sorry.
I left my suite to go to another suite that had actual whiskey in it. And so anyway, I don't know what that is, but I like beer. It's like eating a loaf of bread to me.
Yeah.
I'll sip wine. I used to drink more wine. You wine drinker?
Yeah, my wife and I will try to do at least a bottle of red a week.
Dude, you're bragging.
A week.
Okay.
But we'll drink it off in one day. So we're bad with red wine.
Yeah. Red wine's my favorite. I don't like sweet wine.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna watch my tone, but yeah, we don't do sweet wines in my house. I'm a man with good. I'm not doing. I'm gonna
watch my tone.
I'm not doing Moscato. I'm sorry. What does that even mean?
My wife didn't drink wine. She thought wine was nasty. And then we got married.
Yeah.
And I turned her into a alky. I've introduced my wife to a couple of things. Like, for instance, she loves Dos Equis. She'd never had Dos Equis until, I guess, about a year ago. And I was eating wings one day, and I was drinking a Dos Equis, one of my rare occasions to drink beer, and she had a sip of it, and immediately, boom, fell in love with it. That's all she drinks now, Dos Equis.
Really?
She loves Dos Equis.
See, if I do beer, it's either Blood and Honey by Revolver. But it's heavy, so that's a really heavy beer. But I do that with like a burger, and then once in a while I'll do Modelo. I like
Modelo.
I'll dabble in that a little bit, but just give me vodka on the rocks.
Come on with it, Kettle One. You're a Kettle One man.
Yeah.
See, I know people by what they drink. Steve is a Party Foul's a whiskey and soda guy, club soda. I'm a straight whiskey drinker, a little bit on the rocks. I like drinking, like we have the whiskey back here. We're going to decorate the set out with some Redneck Riviera.
Yeah.
Which is a good whiskey.
Yeah.
And at $23, $24 a bottle, it's a deal. You'd think I make money off this stuff, but I don't. I spend money on it, Mark. Mark, what do you drink? Do you drink? Beer and whiskey. Do you have a certain whiskey that you like? TX is pretty good. TX is good. Yeah, TX it's blended here in Fort Worth.
Nice little vanilla notes on it.
Yeah, which we're in Irving. We're not in Fort Worth, but yeah. I was, little point of trivia, I was the tour guide at TX Whiskey for about 3 years, every Saturday.
Really?
Yeah. That was a blast for me. That was back before I became someone. And
He's
that
somebody.
that was my entertainment outlet. I'd take about 50 people through on that tour, 2-hour tour. It was good. I don't want to cross my legs like that. I'm gonna block my logo.
That's
Look at
a
that logo.
show.
Did you see the logo?
I did see. It's kind of.
What do you think?
It's kind of amazing.
Doesn't it look good?
Can we say badass? I don't know. You don't have to.
You can
bleep
say
it out.
badass. I said bullshit earlier. I like it.
I like it.
We took, for those of you listening, we took a moment to admire the logo that's sitting on front of the
great.
deal.
I think they could see
You got to
it.
be watching. We're going to put this on YouTube.
Where's
These going to be on YouTube, and I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
This is gonna
They
live
tell me
somewhere.
things, and we'll put it on Blaze TV.
This is
we'll put
definitely
it
not
on
making it. The
YouTube.
first one is not making it. I'm sorry, guys.
We're not gonna.
My wife told me. My wife said right when I told her I'm going to be on the show. She said, "Sean, you're not good." I'm
You
like,
are good.
Wow, wife. Like, thank you. She's
But
like, no,
you're-
you just talk too fast, and your mind's going so fast. I'm like, thanks for that. I appreciate it. So I don't
She
feel
fell in love
comfortable.
with that though.
She fell in love with something. She swiped right on something.
You talk way better than Herbert the deer.
I mean,
He doesn't chime in on anything.
he's looking right at me. This is kind of creepy.
I know. He's kind of shocked. Look at his eyeballs. On camera, he just looks like, boom, like he's stunned.
Caught in headlights.
Like this is the way he died right there, with that look on his face before the truck hit him. Bam! It totaled his body, but the well-preserved head is now sitting in Studio 22 hanging out with
judging
us.
us. He's judging us about our whiskey drinking.
I know.
I'm fine with it.
I know.
Judge me all the way.
I like whiskey. I'm a whiskey drinker.
What are we gonna do in the van? I mean, it was great on the bus.
The bus was great.
because we could, sit back and
Yeah.
work. I was working most of the time. I wasn't drinking.
Oh,
And we're gonna be in a van now.
yeah.
It's gonna
We'll
get
have
kinda
TV
tight.
on it, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got TV on the van.
Oh, okay. It's gonna get good.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
can-
watch a lot of Vince videos?
Nope.
Okay.
Vince Moreno is flying in tomorrow morning. We got to get the van this afternoon. This conversion van, I mean, it's nice. We got to figure out our packing situation. We might have to rent a trailer and pull it. We'll see. Because we got to take gear, and there's not that much room to do stuff.
To do things.
Yeah. Because they're captain's chairs all through the thing. So
Ooh.
we'll have a good time.
Oh, we're gonna party.
Yeah. Steve's not.
That's great. Well,
Steve's
we'll have a
driving.
GoPro. We're gonna put a GoPro in the front.
Yeah.
Record the whole thing.
So
Kinda-
let's talk about that. So let's talk about Humor Me, because Humor Me is the new show we've got. We're 2 episodes in on Blaze TV. We just kind of making this thing up as we go along. I like that.
To some extent, yes.
Yeah.
There's a plan. I think you have a great plan, and I think you have a great team with us. And
Yep.
I think as we're building it out, we're seeing what works and what doesn't work, and we're seeing how you and Party Foul travel on the road. And I think it's just trying to figure out what makes it easier for you to tell your story and to get your life and your aspects.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I love it because we've got great guests, and we've been able to sit down with some really great people, and we'll continue to do that. But it's also, you're just getting perspective on, it's not a political show. It's I'm not saying that we won't do some politics, because I'm a political junkie. I love that stuff. But it's kind of a macro view of culture and life. What's it like to be gay? What's it like, to be a parent? What's it like to, we'll have to talk to Jason about the gay thing. What's it like to be, black in America? What's it like to, what's sex all about? What's faith all about? And so nothing's off limits with it. And I love that about it. And we're just asking real honest stuff. We're going to, where we're going, DC at the end of the month. We'll be at CPAC, Conservative Political Action Conference, which is, I guess that's the biggest conservative conference annually.
Yeah.
These things are so weird now. They're everywhere.
It's I think like you said, it's
what it is, Mark. It's a conservative slut convention. That's what it is. It really is.
You should be there, Mark.
Mark,
he knows.
You know what we're talking
He
about.
walked away with some stuff.
Yeah.
Gift bags.
You didn't know it, but these conservative girls are getting freaky. They get freaky in D.C., man. Yeah,
It's a happy
mess.
time.
It's a mess.
But
We are married men.
Yes, we are. I think and I think following your story along, I think it's at the end of the day, it is humor me, and it's just to a point where it's like, let's sit down and talk about it, and let's figure out, let's have an agreement or disagreement, but let's just talk about it. Let's have a conversation. And right now, a lot of the people that we've had on, yes, they're more conservative leaning, but it would be great to start getting people that aren't conservative leaning.
Yeah, because that's not going to always be true.
Of course.
Yeah, because we love people from all walks of life.
Exactly.
And I love, my thing is, if you are, how are we doing on time, Mark, by the way? 30 minutes. Okay, we're good. So we got time. So, the thing that I tell people, like, we have people who, now that we've moved over to Blaze TV, obviously Blaze Media has always been immediately, you think of Glenn Beck. And so you have people out there who don't like Glenn. I love Glenn. I think Glenn's Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's made his life with his opinion. You don't have to agree with everybody's opinion. If you're rock solid in your convictions and you listen to someone that you don't agree with, well, that'll do one of two things. It will either solidify your convictions and beliefs, mm-hmm. or it will challenge you to rethink them. Mm-hmm. And if you need to rethink them, then by all means, rethink them. So I encourage people, listen to the folks that you disagree with. On the podcast about a year ago, we had Harmon Leon on as a guest. He hates Trump. He's a gonzo journalist who goes and infiltrates everything from Westboro Baptist Church to the KKK, and he goes out and he tries to find hate groups and he joins them just to get their perspective on things.
I try to join the KKK one day.
Yeah, you could be a whole new Chappelle skit right there.
It's my workout.
Hands down, the funniest Dave Chappelle skit was when he was the black guy who was blind and didn't know he was black.
Yep.
That's awesome. And he was a white supremacist.
Clayton Bigby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Did you ever see the Chappelle show where he was when they did Cribs and he comes in and he had dinosaur eggs in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
he was talking about how rich he was, and one of them started to hatch.
Yeah.
And the little dinosaur head stuck out. And he was like, "Look at this! Oh my God!" And so he takes the scissors and cuts the head off and starts cooking the dinosaur. That guy, man, he's a mess. Anyway, Harmon Leon. I had him on. Hates Trump. Wrote book. Like he wrote a book called like Trump's America or whatever. And he tried to portray everyone that voted for Trump as being basically a KKK member. And, he joined the extreme group. But I enjoyed his perspective. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed listening to him, although obviously I didn't agree with him or his methods, but I enjoyed having a talk with him. And at the end of the conversation, he goes, I kind of thought this was going to be like a Sean Hannity thing where you were just going to attack me the whole time. And I was like, no, we're just having a conversation.
We can talk. People can't talk without hating each other. I think everything is just hate right now.
Yeah.
Everything is literally hate. Like if you don't agree with somebody, you have to hate them.
So Arthur, my manager in LA, Arthur, he was a Clinton voter back when, Bill ran. And then I think he probably voted for Obama the first time, and then he converted over, and he's a Trump supporter now. I was on the phone with him today. Trump supporter in the entertainment industry in Hollywood. It's hard to believe, but they do exist. He called me this morning, and he was telling me about a friend of his that he's known for 40 years in the entertainment business. And the guy, he read me the email. The guy said, I can't believe so-and-so told me that you are now a Trump lover. This orange monkey, you and him should be in the same cage together. You're not my friend anymore and all this stuff. And I was like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, yes, Trump has foot in mouth disease or he has misspoken many, many times. But you know what? I tell people, tell me one thing that Donald Trump has done since he's been in office. Because he hasn't been straight conservative. He's been very moderate in what he's done. Mm-hmm. Very moderate. You can't tell me one thing he's said that others haven't said. I mean, you talk about border wall, border security, all that stuff. Every Democrat out there has said the same thing in the last 10 years.
It was interesting. I think somebody posted a video on the Blaze about this. Pretty much they compared his speech with Obama's speech. Yeah. And pretty much it was word for word, whoever cut it. But it seemed like it's exactly the same speech.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole thing like, it's from Trump, so it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But Obama said the same thing, and it's like, oh well, you know, he didn't really mean it, or it was fine because it was Obama. It's just
Right.
this, you know, the hate. It's just always anger, no matter what. If you agree, I don't agree with Trump. I don't care for Trump. I don't care for Clinton. I don't care for Kamala Harris. I don't care for politics. But I don't have this hate where it's like, oh my God, Trump did it. Like you said on the episode, Trump can cure cancer and people are still going to hate him no matter what.
You have to hate him. That's the deal.
You have to hate him.
You can't just disagree with him these days. You have to hate him. You know,
why?
And that's the deal. It's back to that recreational outrage thing. It's everything has to be. You're addicted to outrage. I think Glenn Beck wrote that book called
Did he write that?
Addicted to Outrage. Yeah, that's the title. I think of his last book. Yeah,
he knows a thing or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But people are addicted to it. Like you have to be. It has to be over the top. But the point I was going to make earlier is, you can't tell me one thing that Donald Trump. I mean, really, you can't tell me one thing that he's done hasn't been pro-America. It's been. I mean, his best intentions have been there. No matter what. Yes, he's misspoken, but every action he's taken, he gave a great State of the Union address the other night. I mean, you know, look, you know, Nancy, let's everybody give the Nancy clap.
I want to work on that.
She looked like the Bluth mom on Arrested Development.
Lucille
Bluth.
Yeah, she. Oh,
that chick, man. Chewing on her, she's got to be on cocaine, right? The way she just chews her mouth.
You kept saying that when we were watching the State of the Union in Nashville. You kept saying that. She looks like she's on cocaine. She's done some cocaine. I'm like, I don't know. I've never done cocaine. Really, I haven't.
Look, man, I told you ain't got a lot to kick it, dude.
I really haven't done cocaine.
You're a black dude from Brooklyn.
Yet. No, exactly. A black dude from Brooklyn probably does crack.
Crack. Exactly. You have too good of teeth. Yeah, your teeth are too good. No, But Trump has been pro-America. I mean, he has been, and that's his approval rating as of today, 52%.
Really?
That's a high approval rating.
Really?
That's a high approval rating, yeah. Approval rating came out today, 52%. What was it, like 85%, 87%, something like that, approved of the State of the Union? They liked it, gave it the thumbs up.
I honestly think he's going to win a second term.
Well, if they're going to trot out people like Cory Booker and Kamala Harris.
And if they say AOC is trying to put a bin in and Beto.
Oh, sweet Lord Jesus. If AOC.
If that happens, I mean, even if Clinton comes back in, I think might as well just run.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're going to. So the Democratic Party, the new Socialist Party, they're going to trot out about 30 candidates. It's going to be an absolute circus. Because these people. Okay, so here's the thing. So they've built everything they've done on outrage, and they've built everything on this shock and horror, and oh my God. It turns into a circular firing squad, because if that's your modus operandi, if that's your MO and you're going to go at it, everything has got to be outrageous and who can out-left each other. That's what you're going to have. Because these days, so who's the CEO of Starbucks? Schultz, who put in his bid. He says, you know, he basically went out on a feeler tour just to see if there was any interest, and he was going to put his hat in the ring as an independent. Well, he's a lifelong Democrat. They crucified him because he's a billionaire. So you're out of touch. You can't be a successful person. Well, I mean, my God, do you really want a former bartender that was making $230 plus tips every hour to be your president? I mean, AOC. That's a joke. I mean, I don't want Party Foul Steve. I don't want Party Foul Steve to be my president. I love you, my friend, but I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want you to be my president.
Is he the president of your fan club?
You don't own a vehicle. You don't need one. You have me. Good God.
Yeah, but I think. I mean, like I said, I think he's going to win a second term because I think it's like you said, the party is a circus right now.
It's a circus.
And it's funny when Showtime, I think it was, that had a documentary about that during the whole presidential campaign about it being a circus. And I think it hasn't slowed down. I think it's gotten worse. I think if you left the party, if you left at the results of the 2016 presidency, you said to yourself, we got to come back and we got to get Trump out of office. You shouldn't still be thinking of throwing 30 people at the circle and saying, who's going to win it? Are we going to give it to Bernie Sanders again?
Right.
Is it going to be AOC? Is it going to be Beto? Is it going to be Kamala Harris? Is it going to be Cory Booker? I mean, Cory Booker had his chance, years ago, and then Obama came in and took that away from him in a sense. But
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing, because they're going to crucify each other.
It's gonna be fun.
That's their MO. I can't wait to watch it. I mean, it is going to be a circus.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really just waiting to see if Clinton runs again, because I think that's just gonna be bonkers.
Demented is what that is.
Bonkers.
I mean, this woman.
He stopped to think about it.
This woman's nuts. I mean, she's pure nuts.
Most women are nuts. No offense, but they
Well,
are.
here's the thing, though. Even see, here's why Hillary would be even worse if she runs this time, because she's not left enough. You know, she used to be, as a classic Democrat, whatever that, she was a JFK type Democrat with very conservative ideas that all of a sudden realized that she had to become more left in order to be relevant to her party. And that's exactly what she did. She changed her tune on guns. She changed her tune on gay marriage, and on down the list, all these different things. And that murdered a bunch of people. But I don't know. Anyway, hey, we say nothing's off limits on this show, so no, I don't think Hillary Clinton had all those people killed. Anyway, so Herbert the deer.
I feel like Herbert the deer right now.
I think Herbert the deer probably is a victim of. She got Arkansas side, whatever you call it, Arkansided, not suicided, Arkansided. A real player quit working too.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's great prop right
if
there.
y'all aren't watching this show, you're missing out.
Sort of.
I'm just telling you. No, you're missing out. You don't get to see.
I did put on beard oil today for this show specifically.
I smell you from here.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for.
Humor Me, Blaze TV. If you don't have Blaze TV, you go to blazetv.com/Chad, and you use promo code Chad, and it'll save you $10. That's like getting
I think it's worth it.
It's almost like 2 free months. I mean, really. I mean, it's $7. It's like $7.50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay for it all right up front. So, hey, $80, $85 for an annual subscription. That's a big night out in Dallas. Forego 1 steak, 2 steaks for Valentine's Day. Get your subscription to Blaze TV. You'll get to watch the handiwork of my buddy Sean Foster. You'll get to see folks like Eric Bowling and Graham Allen and the roaming millennial Lauren Chin. You'll see Allie Stuckey. I'm naming off the pretty people.
I realize that.
Yeah, naming off the pretty people. You can also see Steven Crowder.
I've never watched that.
You ever have?
No.
Pretty good show. It's a good podcast.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
See what the competition's like.
Yeah, Crowder's he's pretty creative.
Like a little inner competition, not like competition.
Pretty creative. You can get on there. You can take Glenn Beck's name in vain.
Yeah, there's so much hate towards that.
So much.
It's like there's other channels. You could look at other shows. You don't have to just watch Glenn. You're not just supporting Glenn. You're supporting a lot of people.
A lot of people.
I mean, we don't all work for Glenn.
Yeah, a lot of people. And look, I love Glenn. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've done a lot of shows with Glenn, and I love Glenn. I appreciate Glenn's perspective. He's a smart guy. Do I agree with him on everything? No, he doesn't. He doesn't agree with me. I don't care.
It's just you're just paying for cable. You're paying for something. You're paying for a subscription.
Yeah.
If I don't watch, every channel on cable on DirecTV, I don't watch ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU. If I don't want to watch it, I change the channel. So if you don't want to watch Glenn, you can still watch Chad's show.
Yes, you can. Humor Me with Chad Prather.
Yeah.
Party Foul Steve's on it. My wife Jade's on it. We got the Reverend Harold Swindle. He's on there. Harold B. Swindle.
Triggered.
We got Triggered DeBose. We got Axel Bartholomew.
Can't wait for that guy.
Axel's going to be on there. He was a rock legend in his day, and now he's eaten up with rashes and STDs. But he's got a lot of points to make.
Did he go to CPAC too?
A lot of opinions. Yeah, Axel will be at CPAC. Axel Bartholomew, and I think that's his last name. We'll see. It's up for debate. All I can ever remember is Axel B.
I mean, Axel B is kind of
Axel B. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
But
for
anyway,
this guy.
it's gonna be that's gonna be fun. So, and folks, this week we'll get to this week's episode. You'll get a real big dose of Harold Swindle.
Yeah, Jason is cutting that up right now. I haven't seen
He's raising money for the jet. He's raising money for the plane.
It's gonna be fun.
Dance with me plane. Wow. Dance with me plane.
People are gonna enjoy that character.
Yeah. Triggers people.
I think, but it's funny because it's when you watch your comments, it's people are like, oh, I love Trigger's thoughts, and again, it's it's a push and it's a stretch, but it's like it's a character, people. It's a character.
There's a lot of people that don't realize that, like, they think Trigger's a real person.
Yeah.
I mean, he is real in our world.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of
course he is.
Of course.
I mean, we should do.
He's from parts unknown. Trigger the boat. Trigger the bow.
Man, there's a lot.
People won't talk about Trigger.
There's a lot that we're leaving on the cutting room floor. I'm telling you that now.
I love the deal where he was man spreading. That was funny.
Jason did a good job with that.
He does a great job. His little zoom in shots on Trigger are perfect. His little talking and boom, it goes right in on it.
Yeah.
It's great. Sean, we're going to get on the road tomorrow. We're going to spend a lot of time this week in a bus, in a van. Our space is getting smaller.
It's all right. We're going to upgrade again soon, eventually.
Yeah, well,
if people
we're rich,
subscribe,
so
people need to subscribe so we get more money for the show. So
I think we need a Humor Me bus. CRTV, Blaze TV needs to come up off some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
They need to come up off some of that money.
Above my pay grade, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just the predator on this team.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this program, powers that be at Blaze TV, we need bus money. We need bus money.
It's our bus call.
That's right. Bus call, baby. Wrapped with Sean's face and Party Foul's face and Jason's metrosexual face.
He is very metro. I can't wait for him to be on this podcast. He's a good-looking guy.
He's pretty man.
I'm gonna have to.
He's a pretty man. My wife tells me every day.
Wow.
My wife is in love with you and Jason. Party Foul Steve tried to put his tongue in my wife's mouth on New Year's Eve. He actually did it, Mark. For those of you wondering, yeah, when it's midnight, Party Foul Steve put his tongue in my wife's mouth. This is what I deal with. Like, he thought their relationship was at that level. Mark,
is there a level for that?
I mean, Biloxi, Mississippi. I just done a show. Boom, New Year's Eve. Steve is celebrating. This is why we call him Party Foul. People are always like, "Why do you call him Party Foul?" And I'm like, just hang around. Just hang around. You'll see. Just hang around.
You're not me and my wife. That's it. Sorry,
exactly.
Honey, you're staying home. You're getting locked up.
Yeah. Don't take Party Foul Steve to the family reunion. I can tell you that.
My wife is wearing a hijab now.
Yeah.
You're not coming out the house, babe. Ever. Ever.
We got to get out of here. We got to do some more stuff. So anyway, I love you guys. Sean, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
This ain't the last time. You tell your wife this is not the last time you're doing this podcast.
She's not going to do anything else because she's going to be locked up in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Cut the cable off. Don't let her watch Humor Me with Party Foul Steve, because by some strange stretch of the imagination, she might be attracted to the man, which is hard to believe, but it could happen. Look at him over there.
I mean, he does have nice locks like me.
Yeah, there's a lot of hair going on. I travel with a lot of hair. A lot of hair.
We're his beers.
Come back over here and smell his beard again, Steve. Come on.
It smells good. You didn't like it?
I loved it.
It was like a porno from '85.
He liked it. It does smell good. You're going to have to smell it one day.
I'll stick my face in it. Moment. Let me smell your beard. Come here. Let me smell your beard. It does smell good. It's fantastic. That's one of the most disgusting things I've done in a month. Right there. Well, here we are. Studio 22, the Chad Prather Show, coming to you bigger, badder, better than ever. We are on video. You got to like it. You got to subscribe it. You got to leave a review. Always a 5-star. Don't leave no 1-star crap. We don't care. Had a guy today who said, I posted this week's podcast, the first one back after a month, and this guy commented and said, I will not be watching. Well, thank you for that fantastic input, sir. We appreciate you taking a moment of your time to tell us what you will not be doing.
So great.
What a jackass.
He's missing out on this.
I hate humans.
He's missing out on this. We don't hate humans. Come on our show. We need guests.
We love you. We love you at blazetv.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. Get your discount. Hang out with us. Tell your friends about the podcast. Tell your friends about Humor Me. And we love y'all. God bless you. And stay tuned. We'll be right back with you later on. Bye.